Welcome to the Prophecy Club. Our topic today is, has panic buying begun? Has it started in the stores? So I got this email from a friend this morning. Tracy was just at Costco. No toilet paper or paper towels. Here we go. Couples had 2 and 3 carts going. That panic buying has begun again. So what did I do? I went out, I bought myself a bunch of toilet paper or paper towels and other few little things, just to make sure that you have plenty. So my suggestion is that you go and do likewise. Then I got this email that also confirmed it. This is from Amazon. I ordered some dog food for my dog, and this says the items cannot be included. They're out of stock. Now, I hope you're looking long and hard at this, because I don't think it's over. I think it's only just begun, and I think it's about to get hard like we've never seen before. So I also had this happen today. In this, I logged into the Prophecy Club bank account, and there was this box that popped up that I'd never seen before. And it said, some services are not working. Please log out and log back in. So I wish I had copied it, but I just logged out and logged back in. Everything was fine. But then I talked to other people, and I've got other emails from you, thank you very much, that says, no, not only me, but there's a lot of people having trouble. Headline says, Bank of America outage puts some account balances down to 0. We're temporarily unable to retrieve all of your accounts. Now, what's going on? Do you think that there's one central reason that the ports are being shut down, the banks are having trouble? I don't. I think that these are the people above President that have said, we have ruled the world for thousands of years, and we'll destroy it rather than give it up. So since they see Trump is about to be back in the White House, and that means massive arrests, that means he is about to start arresting a bunch of the bad guys, I think that they are threatening. They're saying, you do this, and we will shut down the ports. We will shut down your internet. We will shut down. The article goes on to say, the outrage, I think it means outrage. The outrage started around 9:30. According to Down Detector, 45 minutes later, it logged over 20,000 user complaints. Numerous Bank of America's customers have since posted screenshots of empty balances. All my accounts suddenly show 0. Now, we've had some people say that the banks, remember you kept getting these emails or these letters saying that how's it worded? Our rules have changed and you got to approve them and everything. Well, some of the reports, some of the articles we've been reading says that in those rules we approved them to be able to take the money out of our account to cover the bank's losses. The article goes on to prove it. Here's a screenshot of their bank accounts. And so if this scares you, that might be a good thing. That might be a good thing. The article goes on to say 5 accounts show 0 balance, over 20,000 gone. Been on hold for 30 minutes. They removed the chat function. I tried to do a Zelle payment and said insufficient funds. Others report the Bank of America site issuing a warning saying it's unable to retrieve the user's balance. Please sign in again later to check your current balance. And that's sort of what I saw too. I don't know if it's exactly like that, but I did have to sign in again. It says, according to Down Detector, many Bank of America's customers are regaining access to the bank's website and app, which has led to a decrease in outage reports. Others say the disruption has prevented them from paying with their bank accounts. Now, what's going on? Do you think that it's the Molochs sending a message? We control the banks. We control the ports. We control your electricity. We control your whole life. And if you kick us out of the financial system, if you kick us out of the White House, if you kick us out of owning and controlling everything, we're going to bring pain to you. Just like they said, we've ruled this planet for thousands of years, we'll destroy it rather than give it up. Then you remember I got an email that said that congressmen can't be arrested when they're out of session. And they said that they're out of session from October 1 to 31. But I got this in an email from one of our viewers today. And it actually shows that they're out of session. This is the official posting of it from October 1 through November 11. That means when the election takes place, they're going to be out of session. Could it be that sometime during that time, massive arrests begin? And that's another reason, if you've not got plenty of food, I'd recommend you do this. Most of your long-term storage food, you've heard me say it before, $9,000, $10,000 to feed one person for a year. Joseph's Kitchen can show you how to do it for about $1,000 per person per year. Here's what you do. You get yourself a machine package. That's the gizmos to take the wet berries, grind them into flour, put it in the bread machine, 5 other ingredients, push a button, 2 hours, 40 minutes later, you have a nice hot loaf of the most wonderful tasting bread. They have all of the recipes up there. Then you decide how much food you want to get. You want food one person, 2 people, 4 people, 6 people for a year. How much food do you want? And then you got to download some recipes. And I understand that they are still offering the buy one, get one free on the red wheat pail. josephskitchen.com. All right, now, I'm about to play some videos, and the audio is going to be muted, but I'm going to be reading some of the dreams that really talk about this. These are videos that apparently have been shot today. This is from Sandy Steinbrook. Yes, I've read these before. 2021. I'm not a prophetic person that gets dreams. I'm just a normal person with a normal life. I have kids, husband, dog, and family. I don't know why I receive these dreams. I do a cooking show. Today she speaks of preparedness. She says, so in this dream I walked into Walmart and all the grocery shelves were bare, everywhere. I walked through several sections. There was no food, and I mean there was no food at all there. Now there were cleaning supplies, but there were no food. All the food in the grocery section, gone. I was in disbelief because I couldn't believe in America all the food was gone from Walmart that fast. That's what I keep feeling. Question. Could it be? This has started. Could it be? I can't believe the food went fast from Walmart. It was just gone so fast there was nothing else left. It was so vivid in my mind, I just believe God warns us through dreams. Here's Bonnie Jones back in 2022. I was in a sound sleep and the Lord woke me up and began speaking to me and said, there's going to be a downfall of the economy. We are there, my friends. There's going to be a downfall in the economy. Purchase non-perishable foods now. From Joseph Kitchen, I recommend. Then let's go to Byron Searle. In this vision, the radio talk show host became very serious in his tone and stated it was being reported that several large cities were in lockdown. People were being ordered to stay inside of their homes or their apartments. Now, that sort of happened with COVID, but not as bad as it's about to get. I saw what looked like a riot taking place, parking lots jam-packed with vehicles, car doors left wide open, people all over, wildly running about. I watched people running as fast as they could in almost every direction, screaming and shouting hysterically. I was observing complete and utter chaos and hysteria. Not one person was calm. All were running about, yelling, screaming, and crying. I asked, well, what's going on? The local National Guard were planning martial law and advising we would have to stay in our homes. He told me that nearly all of the store shelves were empty of food. Well, that's 3 people. Food, water, and other goods. He said that the people in the stores were acting like crazed, rabid animals, throwing cans of food at each other and stealing each other's carts. And I went in, I was complete chaos. Wild fighting, people at checkout lines were yelling, screaming at the cashiers because their debit and credit cards would not work, and that's why you want to have some of these. What's this? This is a prepper bar, and you get them by calling 844-771-1776. Now, you may be saying, yeah, well, some of the grocery stores wouldn't accept that. Well, if the cards aren't working and they're not taking cash, your highest probability is that they'll actually accept something that says silver. Okay, you can pull it right out of your billfold, carry it in your billfold for an emergency situation. 844-771-1776. I'll say it again, 844-771-1776. Their debit credit cards not working in the machines. They had no cash. People began to bypass the register and just run out of the store without paying for the food in their carts. I saw people attacking people that were running out with the food. Waiting mobs of people grabbed and beat the people who were leaving the store with food, taking all of their food and leaving the people injured and lying on the ground. Shelves were emptied in minutes, like a pack of ravenous wolves or frenzied sharks fighting over food. It was unbelievable to watch this take place. Everything in the store was totally destroyed. The doors were pulled off the refrigerator and freezer sections and broken, thrown all over the floor. Shelving units were pushed over, knocked down, and broken up. There was no food left at all anywhere. Same thing the other two ladies said. Everything was totally gone, completely wiped out. People had begun running back to the stockroom in search of more food. As the store was cleared out, they began tearing all the boxes and pallets apart looking for food. Many of the boxes contained paper goods and cleaning supplies, but all that was thrown aside since the people were in a mad frenzy looking for food. I saw them find and take pet food because it was still food. They acted like they hit the jackpot when they found dog food. Would Americans be eating dog food? You better believe it. I saw some people from local churches with a terrified look on their faces, crying because they were too late. There was nothing left. I asked, well, why didn't you prepare for this? After all, many watchmen had been warning for years what was to come. And they said, I thought we'd be gone before anything bad happened. I should have listened. Oh, surely not. People were fighting over what little remained. We began to hear gunshots. Bullets began flying everywhere, and many people were being hit. No one came to their aid. They were left on the floor, bleeding, injured, or dying. Other people were taking food items from the people who had been shot. They were running out of the store. Clerks had all run away for the fear of their lives. People were taking anything and everything that was not tied down. Walmart, a war zone. Gun battles in the store. People dead, dying. TJ Maxx, dollar store, same thing. It seemed as in just 1 hour, everything had gone from normal to complete and utter chaos. Insanity. I was then reminded by the Lord how He had told me many times over the past several years that this would be the case, that life as we knew it would change suddenly. Hope you heard that word, suddenly. And that most were not prepared. Now, can you imagine if you've been listening to Prophecy Club for a while and you haven't prepared? Can you imagine? I mean, how are you going to feel? I saw National Guard vehicles arriving. They quickly swooped in and shot anyone who was seen holding a weapon. The clampdown had begun, and no one would be allowed on the street. Everyone must stay inside or be shot. As the vision ended, I heard the Lord say, "Why have you not prepared?" So here it is, 844-771-1776, about the size of a credit card. Comes in gold or silver, your choice. Nice to have. Nice to have. Nice to have in an emergency. Now let's go to Jason Meeks, 21. Stan and I and 20 other people were in the back of a grocery store, and the people walked from the back into the main store to purchase some Tang, which should have cost about $1, but the price was now $5.99. We saw the prices of goods on the shelf were at least 30 to 40% higher than last week. Happens quick. We all bought the item, headed out, but instead of being full of stock and merchandise, the store was cleaned out. There were crackers, canned goods, non-perishable food items, all kinds of random items, all new. One man was selling the goods at super high prices, not trying to cheat people, just trying to give his family a way to survive. This was his only job, just reselling items he had recently purchased to try to make a little profit. Now let's jump to my wife, Leslie. 2021, I saw a lot of people who represented the church, and they were in an amusement park. In other words, right now, America is still in an amusement park. Most people live a fairy tale life of wonderful things going on. They're totally entertained, totally taken care of. Everything was fun. They just started getting very, very hungry. Could it be this port shutdown is where it's heading? Could it be it's about to happen real fast? And maybe it's not just the port shutdown, but maybe it's Molochs in other places shutting all kinds of other things down, blaming it on the ports. All the restaurants and the food availability, gone. They were not able to get the food at this amusement park, so they were leaving in droves. But when they left without their shoes. They were all barefoot and very hungry. It's a sign showing us that, can you imagine Americans barefoot and hungry? That's what the prophecy is saying. They were all looking for food, begging for even one piece of bread. Now, in 2021, we hadn't heard of Joseph Kitchen, but I think it's interesting that bread was what they were looking for. Jump to David Phillips, 2021. I dreamed we're eating in a restaurant with friends and everyone was having a good time. The waitress said they'd accidentally given us the wrong menu, saying food actually should be more expensive, but it was their mistake. They brought the wrong menu so they would honor the better prices. She also said that they were low on some items like chocolate, and we were a little anointed picking other items to buy instead. The staff was working hard to please and keep the business running. We began to watch a movie outside. Halfway through, it was abruptly turned off. Everything went dark. The restaurant announced that they were closing right now, immediately, and everyone had to get up and walk out, saying they would be closed for 6 months. Is that a hint telling us that this food shortage lasts 6 months? Do you have 6 months of food and water? Everyone panicked. They were all in shock. We all stood to our feet, gathered our loved ones, and left. Jason Meeks again, 21. In this dream, I was a local deli. I eat sometimes, and my meal was normally $13. I made a usual order, only this time, not $13, but $75. The person I was meeting at deli, it was also $75. Staff said the total for both meals was $150. David Phillips again, 22. Had a dream I was driving and God told me to buy food. I recalled being surprised at the time because I thought I'd already purchased some food, but apparently it wasn't enough. Here's a question. Do you have enough food for you and your family and the people going to come knocking at your door? See, if you don't have enough food for them, then they're going to take yours. But if you have food enough for all, they're your best friends, okay? David Phillips again, 21. I had a dream that my family went on a vacation. Rampant inflation started. In other words, it's overnight. No warning. It was like we were living in the Old West. One person was selling Ritz crackers individually, $1,000 per cracker. The main thing that the people wanted? Food. People had no money. They were bartering for food. People would steal anything to get their hands on, even out in the open, and were willing to risk extreme danger for food. The single most important item was food, not non-refrigerated food, especially non-refrigerated foods. So the point we're trying to make today is, are you ready? Number one, ask Jesus in your heart. Ask him to forgive your sins. Number two, air. Do you have clean air? I would recommend you have some N95 masks to filter out whatever might be in the air, like fallout or like volcanic ash. Who knows? 2 or 3. You can only live about 3 minutes without clean air. You can only live about 3 days without clean water. And you can only live about 30 days without food. So the next thing would be water. Do you have a water filter? Yes. ProphecyClub.com offers water filters. And thirdly, do you have some kind of food? Something to eat enough for you and the people that come knocking on your door, and there might be a bunch of them. josephskitchen.com. Also, if you want to have some kind of a communication after the cell towers have gone down, go to sat123.com, sat123.com, and you can get yourself a cell phone that works off a satellite, I should say a sat phone. And also they have them where off a satellite you can access the internet, get all kinds of information, even if the electricity is all off even if the electricity is off nationwide. If you got electricity that will charge a battery for your satellite phone, you can reach out because it's not going to fry the satellites, okay? sat123.com, sat123.com. Okay, the very best offer we have ever had at the Prophecy Club is 40 books for a gift of $100. That is How Pre-Trib Won, Tribulation Secrets in Daniel, God's Warnings to America, Miss the Mark, and The Secret Door to Understand Bible Prophecy. I'll explain. As I've said many times, in 2017, I memorized the book of Revelation. I got 30 revelations, 2 visions, and an audible voice. God showed me a secret door, the word first fruits, which is found in Leviticus and also Revelation, that links the feasts to the prophecies of Revelation. And perhaps for the first time, Revelation can be understood. One prophetic word said, there's a lock. I put over a word in the book of Revelation. I'm going to open it to you. It will turn many books written on the end time message into obsolete books. That's this book. Secondly, I put together a collection of the very best prophecies from 32 years in Bible prophecy: Dimitri Duduman, Michael Boldale, Leslie Johnson, Henry Groover, Shane Warren, Terry Bennett, Maurice Sklar, Augusto Perez, Doug Metzger, Bree Keaton, and more in God's Warnings to America. Also, how do you talk to people about the mark of the beast, especially if they worship another god? Well, simple way is give them this book. It's a quick read. Takes about 3 hours to read it. But if they'll read 2 or 3 pages, they'll probably read the book. And if they read the book, they will never take the mark of the beast. It explains both the mark of the beast and also the number of the name, and it has these pictures in the book. Finally, How Pre-Trib Won. This book explains the truth about the rapture. It gives 4 foundations for the real truth about the rapture. It also answers 25 pre-trib questions, 1 for $20, each one of these typically, but don't do that. We offer them in shrink-wrap sets. The very best deal is go to prophecyclub.com and get the entire 40-book set for $100. I didn't cover every verse in the book of Daniel, didn't need to. I just covered the verses that has to do with us end-time saints. And it's called Tribulation Secrets in Daniel, 1 for 20, 10 for 30, 20 for 50 at prophecyclub.com. If you're watching Prophecy Club, you're a watchman. And if you're a watchman, God wants to make you a soul winner. And the way to do that is get prepared to be teaching a lot of people, because a lot of people about to be asking questions when some of this trouble hits. My suggestion, order a special watchman's package. Here's what you get. You get 2 2-foot by 3-foot color charts, great big charts. Also, you get my handwritten book of the book of Revelation right here with all of my mistakes, everything right here in it, okay? And you get that, and it has all of my comments, what I thought about this verse, that verse. And also you get 5 DVDs of me teaching through most of Daniel or most of Revelation. You get 5 copies of Secret Door to Understand Bible Prophecy, valued $355, all for gifts of $200. The charts allow you to teach it to a group of people. You're going to need it. prophecyclub.com.